Today everyone, we are group 3 and today we are going to present you the strategies assessment in music teaching. But before we start, here's a review for the session. There is a brief differentiate between diagnostic, formative, and summative assessment strategies in music education and explain their respective purposes. Learners will value the importance of right class engage in maintaining student engagement, detailing different attention styles in music instruction. And for our last activities, learners will be able to utilize music engagement apps or online platforms for guided learning experiences. At yung tuturo namin sa inyo ay yung strategies assessment para sa tuturo namin sa teaching. Pero magsisimula tayo sa mga strategies. Sa strategies related incorporate technology. Technology is a 20% teachers that traditional music teaching methods often underutilize technology as students are technologically literate than their teachers. So, kailangan sa tuturo ng music sa mga estudyante, hindi kung sa atin sa kailangan incorporate tayo technology para mas madali magtuturo natin sa mga estudyante dahil karamihan sa mga teacher ngayon or kahit hindi dapat na magamit ka ng traditional ng tuturo which is magamit sila ng blackboard and other instruction materials or instrument para sa tuturo nila which is mula sa pag-incorporate ng technology na nag-relate sila sa mas marunong or mas alam ng mga estudyante sa technology or para matutunan ng music kasi sa mga teacher dahil na nandiyan na yung mga other tutorials sa YouTube, mga tutorials, pwede ka mag-search sa internet para tutunan ng mga kaya kailangan sa school music tayo incorporate technology para mismo yung teacher is maalam sa music. There's a lot of music teaching technology available to fully create music, videos, and solutions, guided learning to education apps. Yan. Dahil nga sa internet, nandiyan na yung maraming tutorials, kaya may mga videos sa YouTube, videos sa mga TikTok. Sa Luminis, pwede kang mag-search ng mga information para sa pag-aaral ng music. Pwede ako meron ng aaral ng music. Pwede ako meron ng aaral ng tutorials para aaral ng music. Hindi lang naman sa internet kaya so tayo sa Google search ng mga tutorials. Kaya kung kaya lang mismo foundation sa aaral ng music. Pero how can we integrate technology in teaching music? Nagkala tayo ng dito, good times of training, good time here. Ito yung mga audio, video, pictures, and animation. Yun yung kasama sa mga training dyan. Para mas ma-visualize mga magtuturo mo yan. Mas hindi para sa mga sila. Kaya wala tayo music platform apps. Complete natin. Yan. Meron tayong YouTube ay YouTube Music, Apple Music, meron tayong Spotify sa mga music na hindi natin makalala. Then sa ito, meron din mga tulong na professionals para sa pag-aaral ng student na music. Yung mga sa music side din, meron tayong tutorials. Nag-provider, bibigay sila ng course, pwede na mag-apply sa mga tutorial na ibayad din para mapasok sa pinaka-website na maraming information na mabuo. And para sa last meron tayong games and music education. Yan. Sa paggamit ng meron tayong bandang na backpack kit para sa mga base, digital instruments, yan meron tayong digital instruments na mas. Meron tayong base at sa litan sa litan. Pero yan mga yung mga songs na book para sa mga apps. Yan yung mga paano natin yung technology sa tutulong namin sa music.
Ang alam ko sa isa, incorporate practical engagement. Incorporate practical engagement is most best learned by doing reading and writing. Incorporate active, memorable, lesson even in music theory through practical activity that help student comment and lesson to memory. For example, with scrapping, arguments, and singing, combined listening and music. Ang is yung active learning. Active learning will help student learn and remember music concept to suggest incorporate active, memorable lesson that involve as an activity. Ito po yung pag napaka-activity ng teacher ay yung kung nagpapag-clap yung mga bata na may nasabi na mga teacher din yung na naintindihan ng mga bata. Next is use variety of tasks. New technology enhanced children potentials have allowing for short bursts of learning, but long-term challenge required following lesson with student connection, concentration levels. The teacher shall use active including listening, playing instrument, reading, and viewing, composing. Sa listening naman po is yung listening isa. This involves the student activity paying attention to music. It can include listening to different genre, identifying instrument, recording, recognizing lyrics, or analyzing the structure of piece. Its function skills are for understanding music and developing material for different sounds. Next is yung reading. Reading is refers to reading musical notation, such as shape music, some technical skills that allow the student to understand and perform written music. It can also include reading about music story, theory, and the life of composer. Next is playing instrument. This is a key form of a practical engagement. It involves a student physically creating music. This hands-on experience helps with understanding lyrics, pitch, and harmony in a technical way. It is often the most exciting and rewarding part of music education for many students. Next one is writing. This can involve several things such as writing about music review or essay on a composer, or writing down musical ideas, taking notes on song, structure, or melody. It is also referred to creating and writing down original music and pieces. Lastly goes to composing. This is the creative process of developing arranging original music. It is one of the most advantage form of engagement as it requires the student to apply knowledge, theory, lyrics, and harmony to create something new, expose their creativity and deeper understanding of music and world. The class goes to collaborative learning. Collaborative learning is encouraged students to collaborate when learning music as a foster social ability and allow for lasting learning that can be shared with friends. For example, is yung play or sing along, listening to music or watching movie. Ito po naman example is yung pag tinulunod ko tayo yung mga replace ng music.
Teaching music through games. This strategy particularly beneficial for younger children, involves awarding points for correct answers and positive attitudes, promoting healthy competition and valuable learning skills in a cheerful manner. Teaching music through games, ito po yung dalawang example po niya. Yung number 1 po is musical chairs, beat-based po siya. Yung musical chairs po is play music with a clear beat, tapos lalakad po yung students malapit sa upuan. Yung next naman po is freeze dance. Ito naman po yung sasayong yung mga bata habang tumutugtog yung music, sabay hinto sila kapag nag-stop na yung music. What is assessment? Assessment of student learning is at the heart of effective teaching. It leads to improved teaching and provides information that can be useful for accountability purposes such as teacher and students' evaluations. It is also intellectually engaging as it provides a window into how our students learn. Assessment data can become an integral component of improving any music programs if it addresses learning outcomes that are clear and focuses on the aspects of students' performance that are most important. Sa assessment naman po is the process of evaluating students' learning to measure their understanding, skills, and progress.
Strategy or teaching music. Diagnostic assessment. Diagnostic assessment is important because it establishes a baseline against which a future learning is compared. Often used activities such as audition or sight reading as a form of diagnostic assessment. Sa madaling salita, ang diagnostic assessment ay parang check-up bago masimula ang tunay na pag-aaral sa musik. Determine what is assessed. The strength and the weakness of students, short, a long-term goal, develop a clear mental image or what we want to achieve. So learning objective is measurable and operationally size the goal of standard. Kailangan kilalanin ang lakas at kahinaan ng mga mag-aaral upang matukoy kung saan sila nahihirapan. Dapat mayroong maikli at may pamatagal ang layunin para malinaw ang dedikasyon ng pagtuturo at pagkatuto. Sa madaling salita, bago magturo at masuri, kailangan munang tukuyin kung ano ang susuriin, bakit at paano upang maging makabuluhan ang resulta ng pagtatasa. And last is, how will you assess? Begin to make a decision about how and when you will evaluate student progress. Reliability means that scores are true representation of student knowledge or skill level. Validity is the extent to which an assessment accurately measures what is the intent to measure. Ang sabi daw po dito ay, sa paggawa ng pagtatasa, assessment, ay hindi lang mahalaga kung ano ang susuriin, kung hindi pati na rin kung paano ito gagawin. Una, kailangan planuhin kung kailan at paano susuriin ang progreso ng pag-aaral upang maging malinaw ang resulta.
So dito naman tayo sa item alignment and development. So sabi dyan, it is important when designing measures of achievement that you align your assessment methods, items, and tasks should match your learning objectives. So ibig sabihin, dito sa item alignment and development, ina-align o tinutunan natin yung mga questions or tasks na binibigay natin kung pinapagawa natin sa students natin whenever na meron silang examination. So dito dapat, ayun, tumama yung tinuturo or pinapagawa natin sa kanila. So kung ano yung gusto natin na matutunan nila or yung learning objectives ng lesson natin. Hindi pwede na yung tinuturo or pinapagawa natin sa kanila is hindi tugma doon sa exam nila. Like, yung exam nila is about math, pero yung tinuturo or pinapagawa natin sa kanila is about language. So hindi siya connected. Ngayon naman, what is rubrics? Sabi dyan, a rubric is a set of scoring criteria used to measure students' performance on an assigned task. Rubrics are useful because they add a level of objectivity to the assessment process. So yung rubrics, kung scoring guide siya, ito yung list ng mga criteria na ginagamit natin para sukatin yung naging level of performance ng students natin. So helpful din siya kasi ito yung nagiging basihan kung bakit mataas or mababa yung makukuhang score ng students natin doon sa performance nila. Sabi sa number 1, they provide written description of what performance at each of different achievement levels should look like. So yun nga, yung rubrics is na-provide siya ng description kung ano ba yung kinalabasan ng performance ng students natin.
Other measures and item types. In addition to rubrics, there are many other assessment tools that could be used to assess music student. This could include portfolio. Portfolio is a student collect recordings at important ito sa mga elementary dahil dito nakikita or nakaka-capture yung mga ginagawa ng mga students. Dito rin nakikita kung nag-i-improve ba sila or dito rin nakikita yung self-reflection ng mga student at nakikita rin ng mga magulang nila kung ano ba yung ginagawa nila sa school. Yung multiple choice question, it is a test. Pwedeng gamitin ito sa elementary grade sa music at nag-encourage to na ma-check yung mga critical thinking nila, yung conceptual knowledge nila. Sa matching type naman, dito naman is isa rin itong test katulad ng multiple choice questions na pwedeng gamitin sa music, lalo na sa mga elementary. It is a good vocabulary, then historical conceptual knowledge. Next is the short answer. The short answer naman, ito lang naman yung mga brief responses ng mga bata. Ito, isa rin itong test or pwede rin itong maging, for example, recitation. Magkakaroon lang ng analyze ng mga bata sa kung anong tanong yung bibigay nyo sa kanila. It is it brought student to understanding and reasoning, syempre. Like, magagamit din to ng mga student to express their own word sa short answer. Sa reflective writing naman, ito naman yung mga students na what they did well, what they want to improve. Ito yung mga reflection ng students sa isang, for example, sa lessons or sa binigay mong topic. Ito ay isang reflective writing. It encourages student na magkaroon ng self-assessment. It gives insight to students' attitude and effort. And exit slip naman, ito naman yung at the end of the class, yung teacher may quick question. O kaya meron silang maliit na slip or bond paper na may nakakalagay doon kung happy, sad, angry, kung ano nga ba yung natutunan niya today. Kung ano ba yung nasayahan ba siya today or wala ba siyang naintindihan sa lesson. And it really important kasi naman natutulungan din yung teacher doon kung tama ba yung mga sinabi niya or naintindihan ba ng mga bata. Nagre-reflect din yung mga teacher doon para mag-adjust siya in the next class nila. And report and projects. Dito naman sa report and project, it is a larger assignment na kailangan nilang mag-research, kailangan nilang gawin na sobrang haba ng time, and it allows integration of many skills, like performance, kung ano bang gagawin doon sa project or a report. It can be summative or formative. At matutulungan din ng mga, makakatulong din sa mga estudyante yung reports and project. Kasi nagkakaroon ito ng process. Many musical concepts can be assessed more easily using one of these item types. This includes information such as, number 1, historical context. Sa historical context, kailangan maintindihan ng bata kung saan nga ba nanggaling ang music. or paano tayo na-influence ng music or paano nakakatulong sa mga student yung music. And sa information na to, sa historical context natin mahahanap. And it really important, lalo na pag nag-interpret tayo, meron tayong mga backups like historical context. Pangalawa naman, form notation and terminologies. Ito yung sa music, kailangan natin matandaan at maintindihan yung mga form or notation or mga terminologies in music, like such as symbols like cliff or dynamics, articulation, sa pag-use ng tempo, expression, and style. And syempre, kailangan din ng mga student na malaman yung mga pagbasa ng mga nota, pagsulat, at yung pag-analyze in music. Pangatlo naman in theory, understanding how music works, like harmony, key signature, intervals, chord progression. Dito sa theory, maintindihan natin yung paggamit or para saan ba yung mga malalaman natin. And sa information na yun, nakakatulong ang theory doon. Pangapat naman yung ear training, it is developing the ability to hear and internalize music elements, intervals, chord qualities, rhythm, pitch, harmony, form. Dito sa ear training, mahasa tayo, lalo na sa pagdinig natin in music, lalo na sa mga do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Malalaman natin yung pagkakaiba-iba ng music na yung tono na yon or yung pitch na yon or yung lalo na sa high and low or doon sa apat, like yung sa apat na tenor, alto, soprano, bass, malalaman natin into ear training. Doon naman tayo sa critical analysis. It is the ability to listen, read, see a score, compare words, analyze in structure, form, harmony, style, interpret meaning or expressivity, identify what is typical and what is unique. Dito naman sa critical analysis, nagkakaroon tayo ng pag-analyze or ng ability na makinig or mabasa natin yung isang music. And dito sa pagtuturo ng music sa mga bata, isa ito sa napaka-importante information na mabigay natin, lalo na yung mga works or mga harmony, structure na magbibigay ng tulong sa kanila, lalo na kung mayroon silang talent in music. Sa pedagogy naman, the theory and practice of teaching music, methods, philosophy, ways to assess, ways to scaffolding, learning, adapting to students, etc., especially for students in picture, training, or for reflective practice. Dito naman, sa pagtuturo ng music, it is very important na alam natin yung mga methods, alam natin yung mga philosophy, yung way to assess sa student, kung paano paano mako-construct ng learning yung mga student. And it is very important na pag-transfer ng facts or yung mga performance technique, and it is helping students to develop deep musical understanding, critical thinking, listening skills, and pag-express nila into a music. Number 2, formative assessment is an essential step in the assessment cycle. The feedback from formative assessment should provide concrete information on how to make improvements towards achieving the learning objectives, avoiding general feedback such as good job or keep practicing. Formative assessment is best when it is embedded in instruction and is going. Sa formative assessment, it is during the instruction process. Dito, tayo, for example, in formative assessment, pagkatapos tayo mag-lesson, nagbibigay tayo ng quiz, assignment, journals na makakatulong sa bata na ma-improve or magkaroon ng understanding pa na deep. Pero in music, ginagawa siya ongoing. Lalo na sa music, nagpa-practice or nagtuturo tayo ng voice sa pagkanta, sa pagsayaw or perform, sa paggamit ng instrument, kung paano nila gamitin, dyan. Isa rin yan sa mga formative assessment. It is kailangan mong mag-observe sa mga students, lalo na, for example, nagpa-practice, in giving them feedback and avoid such as good job or keep practicing. And syempre, informative assessment, hindi naman mawawala yung mga quiz before the lesson. Yun pa rin siya in the music. Pero, pag tayo nagtuturo ng music or nagkakaroon ng lesson or may binigay tayong performance sa mga bata, kailangan, isa rin sa formative assessment, yung magkaroon ka ng, maging observe ka at magbigay ka ng mga feedback or chance to improve, ganyan. Pero, not in a way na bababa yung self-esteem ng mga bata. Kailangan maging marunong tayo sa kung paano tayo magbigay ng advice sa mga bata.
Practical assessment strategies. Dito po tayo gumagamit ng mga uri ng mga gawain para po katulad po ng mga hands-on learning or mga apps po or technology para po mas mag-improve po ang ating mga pagsasanay po sa ating music. So sa portfolios po, dito po yung mga para po pinagsama-samang class po katulad po ng portfolios natin normal. Dito naman po, yung portfolios po yung mga pinagsama-sama pong audio and video sa mga files po para makikita po natin yung mga improvement natin pagtagal ng panahon po, makikita po natin kung ano na po yung progress natin. So dito naman po sa self-assessment, dito po yung nagpipidback po tayo sa sarili natin kung ano po ba yung mas kailangan po natin i-improve at kailangan po natin practicein. Dito po yung mas na nagkaka-self-confidence po tayo sa pag-feedback po natin sa sarili natin na kaya natin to at kailangan lang natin practicein para mas maging perfect po ang ating voice. Sa peer assessment naman po, dito po yung pag-feedback po ng ating klase or teacher. Kung ano pa po yung mga kailangan po nating i-improve or practicein para po mas maging perfect po ang ating kanta. Katulad po ng pag-feedback po ng ating mga classmate tulad ni Carla at ni Ma'am Norma. Para po mas malaman po natin kung ano po yung improvement natin at natutuwa po tayo dahil po na mas na-high po natin yung standard nila na ma-boost po ang ating confidence at mas improve po natin ang ating sarili.
Maging basis po sa kung may mga dapat nilang gawin na learning objectives po sa mga susunod na hari. Kaya mga usually po ginagamit is yung social skill and the grading skills po sa assessment sa music. And this assessment data na po is it gives the information leading to improvements for the learning. And it also gives the teachers the ability to make the personal decision making para po mas malaman po nila kung ano yung mga